So today I would like to share with you guys a miracle that I witnessed with the Qaim of the family of Muhammad Aba Al-Sadiq alayhi salam. It was back a few years ago when I had been wishing to know my incarnation, and I had it was a long time like of me asking him, and he wasn't telling me, he was saying I wasn't ready yet. And I was waiting patiently, but at some point I couldn't wait anymore. I was like, I really would love to know. And I went to him and I said, can you please let me know who I am? And I remember that day he didn't really say yes or no. He just said, follow me. So we were living back then in a house, and that house had like a garden outside, and in the garden there was a little pond with stones surrounding it, a few rocks. And I followed him to that garden, and he then alayhi salam started asking me a few questions about like what time do I think I was in, and who from the sisters do I feel close to. And I did answer him. I did say like I'm not really sure at all from what time I could be in, because at that time I was also like, I wasn't new in the da'wah, but I was more new in the concept of the incarnation. Like I wasn't really familiar with that. I was more getting to know about it. And also I had struggled with this thing of always looking down upon myself. I wasn't sure, who I could ever be in this time. So I just said to him, I'm not really sure. So then he said to me, okay, I want you to bend down on your knees and take a look in the water and tell me what you see. So I did do that. I did bend down and I started looking down in the water, but I couldn't really see anything. And I felt that it was because of lack of faith in me. Like I knew it wasn't because anything different that I should have done that from him. I knew that it was because I did not have enough faith that I could ever actually be seeing something in the water. It's those type of miracles that you can't even absorb or comprehend. When you hear about Jesus walking on water with his companions, you doubt, you think, oh, for sure that wouldn't happen to me, to someone like me, So I couldn't really come up with anything or say I could see anything. But he didn't give up on me. He kept saying, okay, take a look. And then he started getting a few rocks, little stones, and he started like sprinkling them on water as if it was magic. It looked to me like magic, that he was just sprinkling in the water. And I was like, wow, I was really amazed by that. But then he said, okay, now look again. And then I looked in the water, and I just had this like this big sigh, and I was like, I couldn't believe it, because I saw a woman, and I saw a woman who was staring right at me. And I actually remember seeing her even blink, like which even shocked me more. I was like, oh my God. I told him, Aba Al-Sadiq, I can see someone. I couldn't even say myself. I said, I actually didn't absorb that he said, telling me that that's me. I was like, I can see a woman in the water, And I was like, wow, this is amazing, and he's like, that's you, he was telling me. And she was looking so like Egyptian, she had those pharaonic type of eyes. Her eyes I could even see her eye color in the water. They were like yellowish, they were like tiger. I could see tiger pattern, she was so beautiful. And he actually told me, yes, she was one of the most beautiful women of that time. And I still couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that I could actually see my soul in the water. To me, it felt like unreal. I could actually feel like I was dreaming, and then he started telling me a few things about her and how she lived back then and what was going on with her, and why he asked me who is this sister like that I'm close to, because I was close to that specific sister. She was part of that story. And when he told me, it's like a button that he pressed, it clicked. I was like, oh my God, that woman that I've been talking to, I actually do feel a motherly relationship with her. I actually do feel that. And it's like he just pressed the button of memories, like he actually made me feel like, wow, more like feelings and emotions that I started to recall. And I just couldn't believe it. I was like, wow, this man is truly, truly from God. No man in this time and age can do something like this. To me, it felt like really those stories of the prophets and messengers of what we hear about Jesus walking on water with his disciples, and she was so extremely beautiful. I even felt like, wow, how could she be me? She's way more beautiful than me, but it hit me that it's more like her soul that was shining like this, and I was so grateful for that miracle, because it was the first time he actually showed someone their soul in the water. I haven't heard of that before. And he did make me feel special, and he did make me feel so loved. And that I was thinking in myself, oh, I'm probably nobody, you know, like I don't even deserve that. But he didn't just tell me you're this, he actually showed me. So I will always be grateful for him for that beautiful miracle, and it would be one of those things that I take as my anchor. If I would ever, in a moment of like think, where am I, and I would remember that day and that memory. Yeah, thank you.